I don't think it ever occurred to me. It just kind of slowly happened, you know. I worked as a waitress in a coffee house, and there were folk singers coming and going. And one night, one of them got, called in sick or didn't show anyway. So they said, you know, look, we've got a blank evening, Joni. You're playing the ukulele. You know, will you go on? So I went on, but I was scared to death, you know. And then after that, I went to art college, and driving to my apartment because I had a roommate, so I know where I was going. Um, I passed a place called the Depression, and so I had the cab stop and I went in and I asked, you know, if I could perform there. And they had already hired a folk singer in residence, but he said yes, that he would hire me from time to time. And so that's when I really started performing, but I was still doing folk songs. And the other performer would say, you can't play that song and you can't play that song because those songs are mine in this territory. And I found out the folk community was extremely territorial like that. And you go into town and they tell you, you can't play this and you can't play that. And I thought the only way around this dilemma is to begin to write your own songs. So without a necessity that I began to write original material.
There is not a female singer, songwriter out there, and men too, that do not cite you as an important influence. So I'm going to ask you, have you ever been able to fully take in your influence on popular music and several generations of artists?
When it's only recently that people have come forward and told me of, you know, I was unaware because all I was aware of was bad reviews, which I thought were, you know, unjust and stupid, especially, you know, like Dog Eat Dog got terrible reviews, and except in the black magazines. And, you know, but I thought, why is it that people are so hard on this stuff? You know, well, I guess it's because it's different. You know, it doesn't fit into a genre. You can't say it's folk music or jazz. It's somewhere in between. My name comes up in the Motown anthology. It says, meanwhile, on the other side of town, Joni Mitchell, this is when I was living in Detroit, was making a new kind of folk music. So I guess I always thought that folk music wasn't a good title for me, except it was a girl with a guitar and therefore a folk singer, right? The only people that could play my music were jazz musicians because it was so strange. And they could write it out and look at the strangeness and get in on it.